Hi guys.
Hi.
Wait, so what's the sorry, I am terrible at figuring this out. What's the caster link?
There you go.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why it's on YouTube. All right,
You're home.
I'm home team. Okay, perfect. Does that mean I call
Yep.
heads or tails? All right, I'm going with
And
heads.
also tails.
Tails.
Oh,
Oh, all
I
right.
want map pick.
Okay. I'll take first pick then. Um,
Map map pick
let's
team
see.
gets first ban.
Ban. Okay, what do you ban?
Dragonshire.
Dragonshire. We ban Braxis.
And then we'll ban Tomb.
Tomb. Okay. Uh. Guess we'll ban. Oh man, what's the name of? Uh, the one with the sand.
Guide.
Sky Temple. Yes, thank you. Brain fart. Okay.
Okay.
Um.
I'll make lobby.
So wait, what was your second ban again?
My bans were Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queens.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good luck, man.
Yep. I will post the lobby link.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me okay now. So welcome to another night of NGS action. This time we're in the B division, and we have Smoke taking on ICC TBD. So far, ICC TBD, they have first pick, and they banned Braxis and Sky Temple. And then Smoke banned Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we are going to Towers of Doom. We're just getting set up in the lobby right now. I'm going to go over to just show you current standings in the B division. So right now, ICC TBD is 5th with a record of 1-2, and then Smoke is in 9th with a record of 1-4. Oh wait, no, sorry. ICC was 2-2, and Smoke is 1-4. But of course, we're early in the season, and standings tend to move pretty quickly. Just letting everybody file in right now. So let's see. Towers of Doom. Towers of Doom is always a fun map to cast because there's always plenty of room for comebacks. No lead is safe on Towers of Doom, and anything can happen. So hopefully this one is going to be a fun one. Both teams are pretty experienced and have been together for quite a bit, so it will be an interesting matchup. I haven't gone through actually what these teams have picked on this map, simply because the new Heroes Profile site tends to be really wonky for showing that kind of data now. I know they just switched over servers, and I know they're saving quite a bit of money on server costs and that sort of thing. So it'd be, which is great for them, but definitely has messed up some of the previous matches and the match links and that sort of thing. So still going through and trying to figure that out, using a lot more Stats of the Storm recently instead. Towers, there's lots of different strategies you've seen on this one, all sorts of cheese, whether it be the Samuro with a Abathur. You can have lots of ganking heroes like Genji or Zeratul go to the top, global to soak in a 1-1-3. There's lots of different strategies, but generally there's a lot of different things that can work. See a lot of false dads on this because it's awesome to gust people into your own base on this map, as well as stitches to pull people under your fort or into the death zone. Just looking at chat, Creekfire says go TBD. Let's go Team Smoke. So we got kind of a split on who people are rooting for. And I think we're heading into draft relatively soon here. Yep. Just loading into draft now. And I apologize if my casting isn't that great. This is my second ever cast. Still getting some of the kinks worked out of the layout and that sort of thing. But I know we're going to have a good game, so.
Doom.
So ICC gets banned first. They are first pick. See if there's one tricks banned or kind of meta heroes. Globals tend to be pretty decent on this map, as well as anything that sieges stuff down or creates vision, because there's honestly, not a lot of bushes on this map, at least in the bottom 2 lanes. So vision is always great. And there's Junkrat. Junkrat is one of those vision heroes, also great for siege and great for clear. Pretty OP hero overall right now, so no surprise it's banned out if Smoke plays that. And we see the Vala ban. Vala great for constant team fighting and running it down, obviously stacking damage over time. And then immediate Hoggar ban. Hoggar great at double soaking on this map. Very safe from getting away from ganks and that sort of thing. And really good on camps as well. So pretty meta bans to start the game. And a Brightwing ban, so there goes one of the globals. Global healer. Healer's really good because if top lane gets ganked, Brightwing can easily fly up there and then fly around all over the map. Also one of the strongest healer in the game. So we get first pick Anduin. Anduin, Light Bomb is obviously really good. Pairs pretty well with the Genji, and Genji's pretty strong on this map, so we'll see if they're going in that direction. But even Johanna's up. You got Blaze up. There's the Johanna. Obviously, good meta pick. And a Tassadar. Tassadar provides really fast clear. Allows them to clear that wave bottom. Lots of wave clear so far on Smoke side. Still, Blaze appears to be up. Lots of good options over for ICC TBD right now. There's a Dahaka. Dahaka Global's always really good on this map. Sylve, which provides pushing. You can also use Sylve to do like a 1-1-3 and have Sylve clear mid and then push in. Really good for getting towers down. But of course, this is one of the maps where towers actually respawn if you re-clear it. So the siege kind of goes back and forth. Let's see what Smoke decides to ban here. I'd expect some sort of tank, maybe Diablo or Nubarak. There you go. Obviously a bit worried about the dive potential into Tassadar, and of course Tassadar heavy spell damage, which honestly a noob is really good into. There's a Stukov ban. Stukov, very strong healer, very strong on individual small circles and points. So this is a smaller map, and fighting, especially over camps, Stukov is really good. There's a Blaze, so super heavy front line for Smoke right now. Johanna, Blaze is as meaty as you get for an offlaner and tank. They're going to be providing a lot of backline support so that hopefully Tassadar can easily clear and be safe. And there's a Deathwing Leoric, so triple frontline, no traditional tank, so probably Deathwing main tank would be my guess, and then Leoric maybe clearing mid, and then Dahaka wandering around. So they're playing on like incredible macro strat. I'm not sure if that'll be the exact setup, but they have a lot of different options in terms of who they put where on the map. And there's a Malthael. Without a lot of CC, Malthael's going to have a pretty easy time into them. That said, it is still a triple frontline against a triple frontline and a Tassadar hyper carry. So these teams are going to be whittling each other down a lot. But yeah, lots of beef, lots of CC. This is really interesting hyper carries for both sides. This guy told me he was going to play full DPS Anduin. Let's see that. I have definitely not checked out that build. Yeah, generally in the draft, I think that the Malthael is a response to what they picked in terms of the macro, but it's gonna be really interesting for a TAS hyper carry to do that much damage, because they're gonna be very bursty unless Malthael gets a lot. But on the blue team, we have Baby Will on Blaze, we have Lammy on the Rhaegar, we have MJH on the Malthael, we have Rinji on TAS, and then Shonen on the Johanna. And on the red team, we have Random Engineer on the Dahaka, we have Rabid Penguin on the Leoric, Mydronite on the Deathwing, this guy on the Anduin, and Ender on the Sylvanas. There's going to be a lot of space control between these two teams, just with the amount of front line that they have. We've got a Tongue on the Blaze, who's taking a bit of damage, but managed to get out safe. Blaze still in a bit of trouble. Gets kind of low. But Blue loses the rotation down and looks to stall. They turn on Rabid Penguin, who manages to get out. But a lot of damage so far from Blue. And Red's probably going to have to heal up a little bit. Mydronite already at half health. So Mydronite is in the 4-man, along with the Leo, who is main tank. Leo trying to trade effectively. And both teams doing quite a bit of damage to each other. Both teams get set up on camps. So 4-man Malthael, 4-man Deathwing, 4-man Leo. Shonen goes and checks the bush. Red is a little bit ahead on XP currently. And Deathwing has to fly up in the air just to heal up a little bit. And looks to be going, obviously, a more of a melee build so far. Pressure getting these pumpkins. Anduin actually left to go clear mid for a second. Comes down and does some healing. But so far, quite a bit of damage so far on this wall. Most of the pumpkins got in. And pretty good siege so far. Blaze is up here catching up a little bit on the soak. And at this point, I think they should. Red team should probably send somebody mid to help clear at least a little bit. They have really good clear. Rabid Penguin continuously brawling. Has gone a full Q build so far. A big electric fence. Catches Red, but both teams are healed up so far. Rabid Penguin looks at backline. They get the Joe down and the task down pretty low, but nothing doing. Both objectives captured, but here comes Dahaka down really quick, looking at that task. And TAS goes down. There goes their hyper carry, I guess. Let's see if the red team can do a little bit of siege, especially with this Sylvanas. But they definitely have to start pressuring, because everybody's on their way back. You had Rhaegar head backwards, and now TAS is respawned. And you see the Leo going to go help the soak. The Deathwing is actually a pretty good anchor for bottom. It just stops for a lot of the siege from coming in. Camps have spawned. You got blue team starting to clear their camp. And it looks like might be a little bit of invade so far. Rabid Penguin getting pretty low. Deathwing coming in, but they turn on Shonen, and Shonen goes down. Big breath on the back line. Lammy's very low, but MJH is about to die. Good flight in the back line, but goes down to get this Tassadar. Tassadar is in no man's land right now, and is definitely going to get taken down by the damage Anduin. And here comes the Sylvana siege, which is very good. Dahaka, if he's not stalled, will be able to come down here and help out, maybe for a 10 fight. But good siege done. They got the entire wall down, a little bit done on bottom fort. Leo again heads mid to help clear. Baby Will is trying to catch up right now while Leo goes in and takes this. And really good clear. And that's going to be a lot of pressure on the Blaze when the Leo keeps on going up and clearing there. But it's 10s right now, so they're going to look to do something with it. Probably push in with the Sylv. They can always have Dahaka dig. And you see them pinging the bush, and there's Dahaka in the bush. Goes right for the Tass again. Tass goes down. Fort turned off. They're looking at the backline still. There's the Entomb on the Rhaegar, who goes down. Good coordination, good using the 10s right there. They're going to take this fort. And then the camp's up in 9 seconds, so they're probably taking that next. And that's a super weird bug. That spinning circle right there. See Rabid Penguin clearing the camp solo. Rest of the team is guarding bot. Sylph had to go back and is going to go help defend bottom, but honestly there's not a lot of siege on the blue team. And they're all setting up in the bush. A big stun by Blaze, but immediate turn, and Random Engineer looks like might go down here. This guy is in no man's land right now. It's going down. It's 3 kills. They're looking at Random Engineer, but Random Engineer is super fast. They're just going to let him go, and you're going to get some pumpkins walking in there. 1, 2 shots. And then blue gets the actual objective. So they're going to go and take back this fort. Red is going to work on the camp.
Like all the others. Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Red team is still up on XP even after that fight. Dahaka's been doing really good at soaking, and Rabid Penguin's been really good helping out with mid. Because honestly, helping out with mid is really good. There's not, like I said, there's not a lot of siege for the blue team, and whatever siege that the red team lacks, Sylph can help out as soon as they get into wall or to their fort. So they're going to try to push these pumpkins in, and they end up hitting. Takes down about 1/3 of the fort's health, I'd say. They're looking at Blaze. Blaze ping comes out. Both offlaners kind of looking to come in, and but decided against it. Deathwing lands again. Bottom objective spawns. Both teams are set up pretty well. Dahaka will probably take another, or maybe not. Decides not to dig in, but they're all pinging the bush, thinking that's where he's going to come in. They try to capture Baby Whale on the rotation down. Random Engineer gets out. Big Flame Breath. Entomb misses. The Entomb with the Flame Breath would be a really good combo if they could hit it. There's big damage onto the Leoric. Leoric gets pulled. Very little health. Random Engineer healing back up and digs down. That is almost all the ults down for both sides right now. Big stun by Deathwing. Ender getting low. And then big breath, and they're just running down the back line. They're looking at MJH. MJH is living forever. And we have the Tascos down first. Still brawling into them, and they're looking at that Johanna. Johanna's stuck in the Entomb. They're looking at Baby Whale now, who also goes down. So 9 kills to 3 now. Red team's almost 16 as they look to push down this fort and invade this camp, while blue looks to get back some XP and siege in top, but they're going to have to defend these sappers coming into their base. Blue team's got to get 16 here, and they're going to be defending waves of sappers, try to take back this fort, but red is going back to help defend. And there's the land, the 2 misses, and they push them off the fort, but Dahaka gets a little bit low, did come and dig down, and heads back up. And red is going to try to push these sappers in with 16. While blue just tries to eat as much damage to not get these sappers in and try to clear them, but like I said, there's not a lot of siege for them, and looks like they get them all down, but wow, is that ever a lot of damage. Woo! But a lot of damage on the red team as well. 3 objectives spawn. This makes it a little bit rough just because getting to the bottom tower is very difficult for the blue team right now. They can't really run through fort, so they have to run through that corridor there. Deathwing goes down and caps, and looks like Dahaka is going to try to stall Blaze this time. Looks like blue is going to try to go up and help with their own objective here, but Dahaka is looking again, while Sylph captures their side. And there's Deathwing being annoying. Going for triple cap. They have to space this correctly, and then there you go. So they finally get it. Deathwing being very annoying with the cap. But blue team's now on level 16, so let's see if they can make something happen now. And there's Deathwing landing behind the Task. Task gets entombed. Big silence. And they're going to look at the Malthael here. Malthael is stuck between a rock and a hard place. And red is going back and probably taking camp again and then sieging down. So far, kind of a rough position for blue. Like I said, TAS as a hyper carry is kind of difficult. And the Entombs have been doing a lot of work so far, these games. And they're going to have to clear this Sapper. And they're going to look for an Entomb again. And the Sappers, one Sapper gets in, two Sappers gets in. See, blue has to funnel through this corridor over here. They're going to get set up quickly. And they're going to have to watch where Dahaka digs in, because that's happened a couple times. They've gone right at the TAS. So they're wrapping around the other side, looking for a fight. Pre-20. Big damage on the Leoric. Leoric goes down. Then Random Engineer is getting destroyed right now by the Malthael as well. And then Deathwing is kind of stuck on this side of the map underneath the base, so it'll be interesting to see what the blue team does if Deathwing just gets to fly out.
This realm will be mine, and mine alone.
TAS goes at him and starts sieging stuff down while the rest of the team are taking the camp. But yeah, this is the comeback map, and the blue team got their shot in before 20, and have been making it work. Deathwing has to fly up in the air. And there's the fort down. Some action going on up here up top. Ender pushing in and sieging down into that blaze. And then the blue team looking to take bot fort. That Leo's hunting for another Entomb as soon as his team gets back up, and you've got the Dahaka who can dig in anytime. But both teams are at 20 now, so even fight. You got Silence Entomb. We've got some really big heals. We got our Archon. Both teams don't want to make a mistake right now. TAS is busy taking the camp.
You better hurry. The altars rise again.
While Dahak is clearing top. Still got that weird bug on my screen. Blue gets set up on the bottom temple first. And there is a Sapper camp going in, but of course this is probably not going to take down the fort. So let's see if red looks to stall here or looks to fight right away. Here comes Dahaka. Baby Whale almost got the channel, but they stalled long enough. Dahaka's pretty far forward and is getting chunked down. Big silence. Oh, and then a big shield. You've got Dahaka down, a big stun by the Blaze. Red is very low. Rabid Penguin looks to be going down, but just barely makes it. They're looking at Ender. Oh, they're all so low. And then MJH is just tearing up the back line. And is allowed to do it because he's back up. What a talent. Malthael has returned. Big turnaround for blue here. The stuns, the stun turnarounds with the shield and the blaze stun was a lot into that stacked massive front line of red. Even though there were so many of them got silenced at the start of that fight between the start of that Entomb and the Silvero, they managed to weather through it. And here's Lammy is going to probably be able to channel this before the Leo spawns, and does. Rest of the team is going top for the 6 cap. There's going to be some pressure coming in. Red team's responding, going to bot.
Another tower under my dominion.
But they got to take stuff quick because there's a lot of points going off that core, and boss is coming up here. They're taking it down. And what's the final total? 10-6. You have a game. This is the nice part about the Sylve. You get to take forts back pretty easily on your side. Blue team's gonna use this to try to siege down bottom. And getting all the sappers in too. These sappers will probably go in. The next ones will probably try to go into actual the actual base. Still, blue has a lot of pressure by having the sappers here. They just got the fort where the sappers are going in. Sappers obviously don't end the game, but this objective is huge, especially for red. Red is looking for a fight right now. They're looking for an entomb. Oh, big entomb on Shonen. Shonen is very tanky. And a big heal on Shonen. And another one. Malthael's doing big damage to all of them currently. They're all jumping the bunker. Rabid Penguin's going down. Shonen was at like 5%, manages to get out. Rabid Penguin goes down. This guy goes down, and Ender about to go down too. Wow, what a crazy turnaround. Blue team looking to channel, and that's GG. Wow, great comeback there from the blue team. They definitely used their late game to their advantage. Lots of good use made out of that bunker. Lots of big stuns from Blaze and Johanna. Rhaegar landed a really clutch ancestral right near the end there too, and Tassadar did turn out to be a hyper carry if he lived through the start of the fight and had any kind of like Archon left. So yeah, interesting. I will update the score here. And we'll see what's the next pick. Just looking at some of the numbers, lots of siege damage from Baby Whale and Tassadar, and the rest of Red had all theirs spread out between them. Hero damage. Malthael got to go off that game into all that beef. Tassadar did pretty well too, as a hyper carry after all. And then healing, Rhaegar with quite a bit. Johanna was able to heal themselves up a lot, and of course Johanna got a ton of damage off being able to just use shield glare on cooldown, and you can do a lot of damage on Johanna if there's a lot of people stacked up together, which there tends to be with a triple frontline like that. So we'll go back to map view, and we will see who's picking what next. But yeah, Smoke is up 1-0. ICC had that game controlled for a large portion of it. They were doing good at getting early picks onto the Tassadar, and then feeling them out from there. But the late game Malthael was doing a lot of damage, and lots of good use from that bunker, especially in that last fight. And I guess ICC TBD will get to either choose map or first pick, as they lost the last game. In terms of bans, Dragonshire, Tomb, Braxis, and Sky Temple are banned, and we just played Towers. Just waiting for the lobby. But yeah, really tight game. Like I said before the game, that's a map that things can turn around really quick. And they definitely did. It was a very strong early game from the red team, and blue managed to turn it around when they got, especially the fight they took before level 20, and then after 20, they basically won out every one of those fights. Teams are just getting back on together. And we have Infernal Shrines. So we're going to Infernal Shrines. It looks like Team 1, so Team 2 picked this, which is ICC TBD. Looks like ICC TBD picked Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines, probably one of the most commonly picked maps. Lots of camps, lots of fun brawling over the shrine. And we're just getting loaded in. Yeah, Infernal, lots of cool characters that don't work on some other maps are pretty cool for this one. So, stuff like Diva, Mephisto, which works on other maps, but Mephisto's really good on this map. Anything that you can especially control the shrine. Obviously, Hogger is crazy on this map. So if usually Hogger gets banned out in the first round of bans. We got just one of the players taking a bio break, so we're just going to wait a second here. This map also you can do stuff like globals, but the map tends to be, I don't know, it's not small, but it's not that gigantic either. What's really good is any kind of shrine control heroes like Tychus are really good on this map. With the Odin. Like I said, the Hogger, Vala getting to set up and just wail away on minions, which builds up her stacks and gets to 10, just does a ton of damage. So there's a lot of different strategies, but yeah, especially I expect to see the Hogger, maybe a Junkrat banned out again. And it looks like we're ready. Heading into Infernal Shrines. Smoke is up 1-0 over ICC TBD. Let's see if we get a comeback. It would be exciting to see a third game. Like I said, I expect to see probably a Hogger and Junkrat ban if one of the teams plays either of those. Like Vala is a pretty good ban on this map. And then, of course, the staples, the Anduins, the Brightwings, the Johannas. Diablo tends to be pretty good on this map too. There's lots of walls to bang people into, especially on the point. There's the Sylve ban. They did not like the Sylve last game from Ender, I believe, played it. There's a Junkrat ban. Junkrat just generally good and safe into sieging in and generally pretty good at any kind of D-siege as well. You control a lot with the trap and with the boop, and you can definitely wheel away at the minions on the objective over the wall. There's a Hogger ban. Obviously, somebody plays Hogger, and nobody wants to let Hogger through. Interesting because ICC TBD, I believe, banned Hogger last time, which they think somebody from Smoke plays Hogger. So they did not try to leave the Hogger up for themselves as their first pick. They have a different strategy in mind. There's an Anduin ban. Anduin, generally pretty good hero, probably somewhere in the top 3, I'd guess, depending on your preference. But generally good hero. Vala, like I said, gets a whale away on a lot of minions, especially on the objective this map, and build up a lot of hatred. And just does a lot of damage. Has a lot of room to stack, no matter what build you end up going on Vala. See the Blaze and the Rhaegar. Blaze, one of the best offlaners, if not, I would say he probably is the best. Love the bunker. Rhaegar provides a lot of healing. Also provides a lot of healing into like a triple front line. So we'll see if ICC is thinking that again. Sonya, good at spinning on the point. Pretty decent option overall. The match into Blaze can be a little bit tricky from what I've heard, but generally they have a ton of dive between Anub'arak and Sonya, so they can dive anyone they want. That said, Blaze with a bunker is there as an option. Just you have to get into the bunker quick enough, especially if Sonya is leaping on top of you and you got the Anub'arak dive. And we see the Stukov ban. Of course, Stukov with any kind of dive like that is really good. And then looking for another ban from Smoke. I would think like a Diablo here, something like that. Looks like a Greymane. I think some of the players on the ICC TBD do play Greymane. I know Ender does for sure. And obviously, Greymane's a really good blow-up hero against a squishier tank. Kael'thas, a lot of point control with the bombs, lots of spreading. And there's the Diablo. Diablo Blaze frontline is pretty fat. Yeah, generally, like I said, this is one of Diablo's better maps. Like lots of walls to stun people on, and yeah, it's pretty tanky. Some of the counters that do percent damage are off the board currently as well, but Tychus is still up. And then we have a Genji and a Whitemane. So this is going to be a full dive comp, it looks like, with the Genji, with the Anub'arak, with the Sonya. They will struggle a bit, I'm guessing, with the macro side of the game, but generally they can blow anybody up, especially after 10, and Whitemane provides a lot of counter dive as well, which allows them to stay healthy through a quick team fight. And you see the Tychus there. Tychus, especially with Odin, really good at taking down the objective. But definitely with the Shin Gun, Tychus is kind of vulnerable against it. And right now, the ICC TBD is going to have to get in that bunker relatively quick. They don't have a ton of peel with the Diablo, but they do with the Blaze, and they have the bunkers an option. So Kael'thas is going to have to watch out, especially Rhaegar. There's a lot of options to who they're diving on. But any extended fights, Whitemane might struggle a little bit in terms of mana, depending on how good the Whitemane is. And we're loading in. So
prepare yourself.
On the blue team, we have Rinji on Vala, Baby Whale on the Sanya. We have MJH on the Genji, Shonen on the Anubarak, and we have Lamy on the White Mane. And on the red team, we have this guy on the Rhaegar. We have Mydronite on the Tychus. We have Rabid Penguin on Diablo, Random Engineer on Blaze, and Ender on the Kilthos.
3, 2, 1. We cannot tarry.
Red gets to set up first, gets vision. They're going to have an easy time clearing, Red is. They have a lot more siege damage. So I'd expect they're going to run down really quick here, and then Rabid Penguin, or one of them, is going to look to stall the rotation down. But MJH goes down really quickly. That said, look at how quickly this wave goes down, and Red is getting set up in the bush, waiting for this slower rotation. Oh, but they got found out before they started. Mydronite gets a little bit low, and they're going back to go clear. And G's getting a few stacks off. Big stun from Shonen right there. And yeah, there's that that counter dive, the counter from the White Mane there. Red goes and clears their camp, and blue does as well. I want to see Red take a lot of more advantage of this this wave clear they have. I don't know if they actually want to brawl this this blue team, because that's what they're good at. But Shonen goes down really low. And you don't want to get killed on that Vala with those stacks that early either. And then that's getting a lot of work done mid. Quick clear on bottom here. It's possible they set up for bottom camp, but blue, the Sanya is leading the rotation right now. They're checking it out and they're starting it. You've got this guy is clearing mid, so this is a little bit sketchy, but looks like they're setting it up as a trap. Gets to burrow out, and then a great stun as a disengage right there from Shonen. This is actually really good taking this camp late. It's going to push down while the objective is top. They're going to have to clear this one on the way up, but generally the XP is a lot closer than I would have thought just based on the characters. Blue team is looking to get their bruiser camp out, but it's not going to be as effective as if the objective was bottom. This is going to get a lot of work, and it's going to keep this Vala down here to actually clear it. So, but blue gets on the shrine first, and the Sanya is really good at clearing it. Red comes up immediately. Looks to take the 5-on-3, gets stun on the Sanya, and immediate death. Now they get to clear, and they have a bit of time too. You're probably going to see Random Engineer go down and just counter some of this siege here. But this looks to be objective for ICC here. There's Random Engineer just clearing this. Blue team knows that they're not going to take this objective, so they're trying to get as much siege done as they can on the map. Blaze goes safe way, and blue team starts coming up here, maybe looking for a late fight, but the objective is about to get cleared here in a second. Vala's got 33 sacks so far. And Kilthos already up to 16 globes. Pretty good for 4 minutes. Objective dies onto the Anubarak, who gets out. MJH was in a bit of trouble, but managed to get out as well. Arcane does quite a bit of work this early. MJH looks to come back in. Blue team is gonna have to hang on here till 10 because they have a lot better. Oh, and the little bit too far dive for Mighty Knight there got taken down by the fort. And blue teams might look to counter out here if Shonen lands a stun. They've got KT though body blocked. A lot of good counter engage there. Renji is really low. They probably should look to back off here and heal up, but pretty good turnaround. They didn't end up losing the entire fort, and like I said, blue team is probably going to come online at level 10 here when they get all of their dive. Big stun onto that Vala, but awesome cleanse. Shonen goes in, but it gets body blocked. Very, very, very body blocked. Oh my, that is what a body block. Oh my goodness. Lammy survives through 2, but wow. There was 2 different types of body blocks. You had the circle body block, you had the straight line body block. This team is body blocking like pros. And now red team is leading about by half a level. They're going to look to take, they invaded a camp, they're going to look to take bot. This is going to be a lot of map pressure. We'll see what if they look to push with 10, because they're probably only going to get like 15-20 seconds with a 10 advantage. They're going to look to siege down bot here. And like I said, lots of siege damage and lots of clear for the red team. And blue now has their 10s as well. You see Blaze coming in, looking for a for 5v4. And they're going to start a full siege in now with the Odin. They're not saving it for objective. But they are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. Like I said, there's not a lot of counter siege for blue. So blue's only advantage here is actually killing red. Yeah, big siege. They're blowing all their ults to siege this down. And now those ults are going down, and here comes the counter engage. Mydronite getting really low, but they managed to peel out. Sonya looks to leap, big leap on the back line, but everybody gets out. Overall, pretty successful job at sieging for red, though they did blow a lot of their important ults that you would use on the objective. The KT ult will probably be up here pretty soon, which is good, but I don't think they'll get Tychus Odin for this, not unless this objective goes super long. Both teams looking to take out their Bruiser. Bruiser's pretty good here. And there's also a camp going mid as well. Late start on the objective. Late start is actually pretty good for red because it allows them to get Odin back a little bit quicker. Big stun on the Shonen. Big dive in the back line. This guy looking really, really low, but big counter engage. Renji almost went down, but managed to stay up and do really good damage. Big chain bomb value there. Blue is up now, and you're going to see Odin back up and available. Big stuns on the backline. APOC goes off. This guy getting chased down in the backline. And the Genji forced to X-strike out. Shonen getting really low, got flipped. And Baby Whale's still pretty far forward, but no available CC, it doesn't look like. And red is going to start on the shrine. And this looks like red shrine. Red's got really good shrine control. Not starting it right away actually turned out pretty good. Allowed them to get another Odin off. But yeah, blue needs really coordinated blow up. Because the Tychus is really good at counter engage. Chain bomb is going to be really good if they don't take down the KT right away. And just a little bit of a timing thing. But Genji going off and getting some off soak to even up and hopefully get 13s. You got a Nubrax probably going to take the jump here and gets unstoppable out, but gets Cooldown. Big X strike, but Genji's doing Genji things and gets out. And this looks like a dead fort, especially with the... Whoop, I missed the Sonya kill. Both of them got really low, but Sonya came out on top. Sonya definitely blew the leap. And Diablo died as well. Diablo's going to be back up with souls, but this fort is going to go down. Looks like Genji's starting the camp, but most of Red's team is moving down here. Not going to be able to stay there very long. They need to check the bush. Rabid Penguin is going to move into it, and yeah, that's definitely Red's camp. Probably going to look to siege this bottom. Just like I said, there's not a lot of counter siege for blue team. They got to look to win based on team fights. Just gonna check talents. 97 stacks for Vala currently. They're gonna go up here, looking maybe for the Sonya, but they might have shown a little bit. Oh, they missed the leap, but do try to dive onto Mydra. A lot of ults were used there, and Red can look to counter engage right now. They have a lot more stun onto the Sonya. APOC down. Mydra Knight barely gets out. Really good Ancestral. All the outs come out. Big stun onto Vala. Vala barely gets out, but finally dies. Rabid Penguin getting low. And Red looks to push in. As soon as Red saw those ults were popped, they decided to charge in. Big siege down bottom. Be surprised if this fort doesn't go down. Blue's gonna try to respond here. It's gonna be a 4-on-4 under fort, but fort's probably gonna go down before they end up coming down here. And now they're gonna rip a few camps. They're up 16 to 15. They're gonna look to, and then top fort goes down from Blaze. They're gonna use their 16s to take this camp, and probably wrap around and get all these camps out. Put on a lot of macro pressure, especially with no forts left on blue team side. The rest of the team gets set up in mid just for vision. They will want to clear this top, or at least get this top camp pretty quick, because that will take down a fort if they don't. And yeah, they're going to go up and do that. Blue might get some time on this shrine as a result, because they're up here a little bit late. But at least Red won't lose that top fort for sure. And they're going to look a big dive onto Mydra Knight. Odin comes out, is popped as a counter engage. Charge on Shonen. Shonen is stuck for a second, but huge damage onto Shonen. Barely gets out. Big stun onto Sonya there. Oh, tried for the APOC combo, but did not achieve it. The objective is up, but nothing has been set on it yet, and there's a lot of pressure going down bot here right now as well. This looks to be another red team objective here, unless there's a pretty quick turnaround. They look for a dive in, but miss. They look at the KT, and they blow up the KT. Big stun onto the healer. Renji's looking super low. Another big leap. Mydra Knight gets blown up. This guy gets blown up. Wow, really good counter engage. And that's what a white man can do. But yeah, as soon as they get that initial blow up, the blue team gets that initial blow up, they're Gucci. But if they don't get it, they're in trouble, and that's the first one they've gotten this game. So, objective is up. About a 50-minute Punisher. This fort is definitely going down. They're also going to take bottom camp as well. Nobody's here to actually clear it. They are probably just going to give it, but yeah, they're hunting them out from coming down and trying to clear. And they're going to look for a keep now, maybe as well.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
And blue team is just giving, I guess they're trying to get the map control back. They're going to look at mid and use beetles to push. A lot of pressure into bot lane, but this will be cleared. Bot keep is safe. And top is looking a little bit low now right now too. Mid is going to go down. And we're pretty much back on even talent, even experience now, and almost even structure. Sonya looks to pressure in right now. MGH looks to help as well. And yeah, structure pretty even now. Experience pretty even. And now it's going to be the waiting game. They're going to check out this camp. Red is not here together, at least not yet. They might look. Diablo can charge over that wall with an APOC. Stun. Leap into the backline. Sonya. Big blow up on the backline. Rabid Penguin super low. Goes down as well. Ender might get dove on here. Does by the noob. Big stun. And they might look to bot here. Diablo's respawned without souls. The Odin gets popped just as a counter siege right now. But they miss the dive onto Mydra, but there is no healer right now. Don't want to brawl too much. Not without healing. This keep is probably dead. Mydra goes down, stays a little bit too long. NG takes him down. Now this is looking really rough for the red team. Blue's got a number of seconds with both DPS down. But Diablo getting really low. And that looks to be probably game for blue team. Really good job coming online with their dive later in the game. And good series there. Smoke up 2-0. Overall, I'll just go into casting lobby for anybody for an interview. Yeah, overall, really good dive late game from blue team. Red team had at least a lot of shrine control, and they had a lot of clear. But later in the game, they could not handle the Sonya dive, the new Barak dive, the Genji dive. It was a lot of dive, and they were getting blown up late game once things evened out quite a bit. Damage, Vala got decently stacked up by the end. Tychus got some damage, and then lots of siege damage from the offlaners, and then pretty even healing between both healers, but obviously a difference in kills there. And then let's just check if anybody wants to come in for an interview. Just give me 1 second. Just getting set up right now. We're talking to Smoke about their 2-0 victory. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
So, congratulations on your 2-0 victory.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How did it feel? We had some pretty tight games between game 1 and game 2.
Felt really good.
Felt
Really
good.
solid tonight.
Had the full team.
Yeah, having our full roster really helped.
Nice. I was gonna say we had a lot of like back and forth games between the two games. Game 1, you guys were on the back foot pretty early. There was a lot of Dahaka going into the back line and picking the Tassadar and that sort of thing. But late game, you guys turned it up and won most of the late game team fights, especially after 20. Did you? Was the triple front line like a counter or like attempted counter to their triple front after seeing that?
Yes, I think as soon as you just with the triple front line they have to, like Deathwing and Leoric like aren't really a threat to Malthael, and then like Daka's kind of scary, but triple front line overall, like Malthael's always a good pick.
Were you surprised by that version of the triple front without a traditional tank?
I've seen it on Calder's stream with Leo main tank or Dahaka main tank. They're kind of interchangeable.
Yeah. I noticed that especially late game, you guys got especially a lot of a big able to get out a lot of silences early game. You guys were getting into like a lot of the entombs and that sort of thing, but as soon as both silences, the silence entomb were popped and the Sylve silence was popped, you were able to survive and counter out of that, and especially a lot of good blaze bunkers as well.
Yeah, good. That's all, baby.
And then
Came in clutch that game.
nice. And then game 2, Infernal Shrines. I guess that was picked by ICC TBD, but that is probably a map that you guys are comfortable on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
What was your strategy going in? It seemed like you guys were setting up for like an all dive comp, and it really came online after 10.
Yeah, I think like Sonya Leap is broken for the engages. And also too, like as soon as they rip a KT, it's like just super immobile mage. Like going a dive comp is like usually pretty high value, especially like Diablo has a rough time peeling a lot of the time. So if you go dive, like the Diablo is kind of honestly a nice thing for us to see, because if we want to dive the KT, or even Tychus has got a dash, but it's not amazing, so it's kind of easy for us to execute. And with the noob and Sonya, you have 2 different methods of engage.
Yeah, I thought like early game that the red team like ICC was brawling you guys quite a bit, and they actually had like a lot of wave clear, and I was surprised that they weren't using like their clear and then just getting out as much as I would expect out of their comp, and they obviously had a lot of shrine control as well. But you guys were able to brawl them down in late game. You definitely got some really good dives onto the back line. Especially when all the alts ended up being popped and that sort of thing. Is there any shout outs or that sort of thing you guys wanna give out?
Yeah, we want to shout out Moon, our coach, Fade, our other coach that we have, and then the opponents for good games, and you for casting.
Yeah, no worries. And I would just want to thank for both teams for playing. Obviously, it's a really good set, and congratulations, guys, and hopefully you have a good match next week.
yeah, we'll see you next week.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that's against us. Yeah, well, at least I get half a scout while I do the cast. So, congrats again, guys, and have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, really good games. Congratulations to Smoke for winning that. They obviously were very coordinated in terms of their dive comp in the last game, and they held on to that first game. Big shout out to all the people that tuned in this week and for putting up with my newbie casting. And yeah, we will see you next time in the Nexus. Thanks, guys.